We're here with St. Helens freshman Myles Terry, who just finished 5th in the state in the 152-pound wrestling weight class. Myles, what did you think about your freshman year on the mats?
It went a lot better than I thought it would go. I knew that coming into the season that I'd have a good record, but I really didn't think that undefeated regular season would be in my ballpark.
And so you were expecting to be up on the podium at state? Was that?
Yeah, I had a feeling I'd be up there. I knew that I have to work hard, but yeah, it was a good season.
Yeah, you started with like 30 wins in a row. During that streak, was that kind of in the back of your mind every time you went out there?
Yeah, because, when you're undefeated, it's just always kind of a pressure to keep winning, and that's all you're thinking about when you wrestle. It's not like, oh, I need to do this. It's like, oh, I can't lose right now.
So do you think that, in a way, it helped take some of the pressure off of losing right before the state tournament, so you didn't have that kind of on your shoulders entering the state meet?
Yeah, it was. It's a lot better to not go into state undefeated, like thinking that you have to win. I would have liked it if it was a little bit earlier in the season, but it worked.
Yeah. Now, a lot of times, a freshman going into the state meet will have kind of big eyes. There's huge stage to wrestle on. But you were at nationals as an 8th grader, middle school nationals. So did that kind of help make things easier when you were out there at Memorial Coliseum?
Yeah, middle school national duels was a really big tournament. There was a lot of people there, and it was kind of the same kind of stage too. So that definitely helped. Yeah.
And how did you do there?
I went 4-3 with a couple of close losses, and yeah, I was pretty close to being one of the team's All-Americans.
Now, at the middle school nationals, were you going against all other 8th graders?
Yeah, if there was a 7th grader on the team that won state, then I'd go against him, but I'm pretty sure I didn't wrestle any 7th graders.
Okay. So how did those guys that are like you freshmen now compare to the upperclassmen that you face at the state meet, the juniors, seniors that are a couple of years older?
Like the kids that I wrestled there?
Yeah.
To win middle school state, it's pretty tough. It's all divisions and everything, and to go to nationals, you had to do it one middle school state. So they're all like state competitors. So it was a lot alike.
And did you keep up with how their first high school seasons went? Some of the guys that you faced, maybe from Illinois or wherever else.
No, I didn't do that. But the kids on my team, I know that a couple of them placed first this year in high school state, and a lot of them placed.
Nice, that's impressive. So now going back before wrestling season, you started out high school with football, and as a freshman, you stepped in midway through the season and got some action as a running back on varsity. How did the season play out based on what you expected the football season to play out like?
When I came into football, I was hoping that maybe I'd get to swing a little bit of varsity, maybe maybe sit on the sideline sometimes or something. I wasn't fully expecting to come and start halfway through the season, so that was a lot better. That I exceeded my goals, I guess.
When you first went in, the first game action, what was it like going from playing at the freshman JV level to stepping up and getting in there on a Friday night?
It was a lot faster game flow. Like all the linemen and everybody on the field were like pretty close to as fast as me. So yeah, it was a big difference.
Okay. And now, with football out of the way, wrestling's over with now, you're going into track. I saw you out there at practice the other day. What events do you plan on doing this spring?
I plan on doing the 100-meter because I definitely need to work on my speed, and maybe some jumping events or relays.
So is this more of a kind of training tool for you to get better at football and wrestling, or are you planning on being pretty competitive in track?
Whatever sport I'm going to play, I'm probably going to be pretty competitive in. But mainly it's just to get me faster for football because I've never done it before, so I didn't really know how it works.
Okay. So do you have any goals in mind for the season other than to just get faster?
I'd like to letter. That'd be kind of nice. I'm not sure if I have to do varsity in one of my events, or what I have to do, but I think lettering would be nice because then I'd letter 3 sports my freshman year.
That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Now, you said something the other day about you're still wrestling during the spring. What do you have lined up next as far as wrestling goes?
Well, I'm training for freestyle and Greco, and I want to try and win state in those two and wrestle in cadet Greco freestyle nationals.
So when is the state meet for that?
I think it should be in like a month or so. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
So what's the big difference between freestyle Greco and collegiate that you wrestle in high school?
Well, there's a lot more throws, and it's a kind of style that you have to be a lot more cautious in because it's really easy to score points. Like collegiate, you have to be on your back for like 2 or 3 seconds to get any points, but freestyle and Greco, if you just go over roll over your back, that's 2 points, and yeah, it's a pretty scary style.
Okay. So which one do you prefer to wrestle? Which one do you think you're better at?
Freestyle Greco
or collegiate? Yeah.
I like collegiate because I can be a little bit more calm, and but out of freestyle and Greco, I'd probably say Greco because it's kind of cool not to use your legs at all, and I don't have to worry about getting shot on.
Okay. And now talking about the different styles, you also last year went over to Japan as part of the cultural exchange with a couple of your teammates, Hayden, Tyler, and then I think some Scappoose kids as well. How did their style compare to either collegiate freestyle or just what you're used to seeing over here?
We wrestled freestyle the whole time we were over there, and they were really quick down there. They like to shoot a lot, and that really helped prepare me for this season because I don't know. I guess I wasn't very good at getting shot on for the first week that I was there.
So you kind of got better at defending against that and coming up with counters for it?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. How would you describe your own personal style when you're wrestling?
I'm not much of a shooter, but I'll take a shot if it's there. But I'm more of a heavy on the head, like shrug kind of wrestler, I guess.
So when you're out there, are you trying to pin the guy every time, or are you just trying to outscore him and run up more points than the other guy?
Well, I'm trying to score as many points as I can, and if a pin is there, I'm going to take a pin. But I don't want to get ahead and coast. I think going out there and beating somebody as bad as you can is a lot better than coasting.
Okay. And now, throughout the year, you were kind of bouncing back and forth between 152, 160. What weight did you kind of wrestle at throughout most of the year? I mean, what did you actually weigh?
Well, coming into the year, I was about 150 pounds, and I was wrestling 152. So I'd wrestle at 152, that'd be my weight class, but I'd usually end up wrestling 160 because there'd be a tougher wrestler there. So I was 150 wrestling some people that are cutting down to 160, so that was kind of tough, but yeah, most of the year I was around 150, 152.
Okay, so whereas most people are having to cut weight to get down, you were almost kind of bulking out throughout the season?
Yeah, I definitely tried bulking for most of the season until about the end. I gained a little bit of weight, and I mean, I still didn't have to cut hard. It was just go hard the night before practice, and I was usually good.
So now, why did you decide to do that rather than try and cut down like so many other wrestlers do and wrestle down at 145?
I mean, I guess I was wrong, but I thought that I could do good at 152 without cutting because, I mean, cutting's not really healthy, and I don't know, I'm kind of young, so I want to maximize like my growth, and it seems like it wouldn't help me grow much. So I just wanted to try and stay in my own weight, and I thought I could fare well.
Makes sense. So what, it's still a year away, you still got some time. What do you plan on wrestling at next year?
Next year, I want to try and get to like around 170, 175 for football, and then wrestle 170 all year until state and districts to wrestle 160 maybe, if I can get down.
And then do you have a goal in mind where you'd like to place at districts and state next year?
I want to get first in both, and I definitely think I can do it next year.
All right. Thanks, Myles. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.